funding organisations actually has a direct impact on whether people with lived experience are involved. We have people with lived experience as co-investigators on the grant, they're paid. And we also have a number of other connections with people with lived experience in various parts of the study. So they basically attend all the meetings that we have for the study, the steering group meetings, they're involved in publications, they are treated just as other investigators are treated, which is as it should be. One of the things we try to do, going along with this, I welcome real input to this, is this is one project. It's an important project, it's a big project, but it's part of a program of investigating things which are useful for people who are suicidal. And we've tried to set up a service users and carers research interest group in suicide prevention. And it hasn't gone that well. It's okay, but I think it could be a lot better. Yeah, so we were. I'll tell you what didn't work. What didn't work was having meetings. What didn't work was having meetings with minutes and agendas. I mean, goodness sake, who wants that sort of thing? So that didn't work. So that's one of the reasons why I had this conference, actually, is to try and explore different ways to engage people beyond just having regular meetings. What also didn't work was saying, what do you want to do? Without an agenda. Saying, yeah, well, here's this group, you get on and do it. That didn't work either. One of the things I learned is that, from doing this, is that if you're going to set up things like service users and carers research interest groups, people need some training around what is research, what can you do with research, what you can't do with research, and people need a project to work on. And I was a bit shy about saying here's a project to work on, and I think as the group would develop, people could start coming up with their own projects. But as it starts, I think it's quite important to have some projects to work on. That's one of my learnings from this. You may disagree, but that's been one of my learnings. And we would like this group to also help design conferences like this, help with the whole engagement piece, and be active in promoting changes for the better in mental health provision in our community. Because, by God, it needs to happen. And in many ways, if you talk to suicide prevention researchers after a few pints, what they'll actually tell you is it's all a sham. What they really want to do is they're just using suicide prevention as a tool to try and change the mental health system. Compensation. Compensation is in many ways straightforward, but it's not the same for everybody. First of all, you have to make sure people do get compensated, that it's adequate. And I know some of you in this room will be really stuck by that. And that it's appropriate, by which I mean that if you do get compensation as somebody with lived experience, it doesn't impact on your benefits. It means you don't get money taken away elsewhere. That's important. And management of expectations and the continuum of wellness. I mean, it's okay for people to drop out from time to time, and there's an expectation, almost like an expectation of that. Maybe we should have been clearer about how to manage your own mental health, but also be part of a group like Super. We should have done that better. And if you're interested in getting involved, you talk to Sarah, who is somewhere over there, or Craig, who is not wearing a red shirt, but still got his Canadian clothing on. And there's also the website hatchingideashub.com, where you can find out what we're doing and also contact us if you would like to be involved in some way in this community to help with suicide prevention research. Or, you know, I'd be really happy if somebody came to me and said, "Here's a project. Can we do it?" You know, I'm really happy if people started initiating stuff. But I don't know that the framework is evolved well enough yet for that to happen. I'm really happy if it did. Yeah, well, maybe so. Well, that's explicitly arose out of this. You know, is that, well, what's a good way of helping people with lived experience actually initiate research projects? Yeah. And that's one of the reasons why we've got this theme going through the conference of both education and experientially learning together with people with lived experience and researchers together, and hopefully come up with a project that's doable at the end. So that's my mea culpa, really. My experience of trying to do research in this area with people with lived experience. I'd be really grateful for any feedback. I see Claude's been writing numerous notes,